That's about it. Move you over to boat map.
Oh, we actually get a map this time.
You had a map last time. And music.
Did we have a map last time?
Yes.
Oh, we did. You're right.
Whale come.
So KFC and Zeta just arrived, or was it Zeta and Leland? Who went to West Crown?
It was KFC and Zeta, wasn't it?
What? They're back. That's
Back.
pretty much where we left off, is them coming back.
Yep,
Because
that's your
whenever they
story, and we're
teleported
sticking
back
to
to
it.
the boat, they were like, oh, we're back. Let's take a break.
Then L died.
Yep. Accurate. So, you on a boat.
Captain Zeta, what's our move?
Alright, so we're back. Has it been a new day?
No, you guys just teleported back. It can be. There's literally nothing stopping you from going to the next day.
Cool. Because I think it's like the end of the evening almost.
Oh, I'm sure after the day of shopping.
I mean, it was more like 15 minutes of shopping, but whatever. All right, let's new day.
All right. So,
It is now Kuthanis the 8th.
no, it's Abadeus the 27th.
That was close.
You were so far away. So, you guys awaken to another morning of like a ghost ship just piloting itself.
Moving on its own.
Yep.
We're gonna send Sable up into the crow's nest.
Okay.
She can go and watch out for things and shoot at birds. Whatever gets her rocks off. And I'm gonna tell the unseen crew that they can take commands from the first mate.
Who have you assigned as first mate?
Oh, that's Leland.
Perfect.
He's the only one I can trust.
I think he's the only one any of us can trust.
Yeah. Not that I don't trust, you guys, but the thing is that I trust Aubrey to do dark pacts with, unknown entities. I trust Francis to do dark pacts with known entities, and I trust Donovan to make terrible deals.
With both entities.
But I do trust you all.
I mean, just give me a shot at the unknown entities. Have you even let me try, Zeta?
No.
Coming for you, Aubrey.
I
And,
welcome all followers.
With
On my
good
way to
reason.
steal your patron.
How is my patron now?
I'd be happy to teach you more about him.
Worship this done.
Don's like, what? New deity?
What are you guys here talking?
Is he strong?
Yeah. Is he ripped?
Does he have a strength score of over 14?
No? Not interested. All right. We're going to pair spells.
Mhm.
We do have a stock of food, so we're good on that. We're going to put Donovan's going to be supply sergeant. He's going to be in charge of provisions.
Okay.
All right. We are going to cast a spell.
Okay. What spell?
Mage's Private Sanctum.
Okay. Oh, to make the boat non-detect again?
Yep. Or
Okay.
I'd rather refresh the non-detect. And where did I put you? Pagebound Epiphany. We're going to cast Pagebound Epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to consult the books about is my limitation on this? A topic. Okay. Book. Tell me about the temples of Sothis.
Okay. Assume
Where
you
they
study
are, who runs them, what's going on.
it. Yeah, for your
who-
10 rounds.
Yeah, for 10 rounds.
Okay. Hmm.
You want a knowledge geography, a knowledge religion,
it's
or a
gotta
knowledge
be-
local?
It's got to be knowledge religion for this.
That's kind of what I felt.
Okay. Hmm. So you gather that there are actually quite a lot of temples in Sothis. One sec.
Anything about maybe like primary temples or temples of Selket?
Primary temples are Abadar, Aurori, Norberger, Pharasma, Rovagog, Sarenrae, and then there are other minor religions that are worshipped. But being that the city is largely a hub, there's usually some kind of provision for just about every deity you can imagine.
That would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But anything about a temple of Selket?
I'm sure you would find bits and pieces about the Scorpion Road, I believe it's called,
Okay.
which is a specific area for a church of Selket in the city. As well as what's it called? My brain is broken. Can't find what I'm looking for. Oh, that can't be correct. Here we go. As well as the High Temple of Pharasma.
You said there was a high temple of Abadar as well?
Oh, Abadar is there's not as much of a high temple of Abadar, but Abadar is a very strong religion there. It's very well represented. There are many, many temples to Abadar.
And I know you said Rovagug, but Aubrey, no.
I'm not even sure who that is, to be honest.
Well, don't worry about it then. Alright, I'm going to cast another Pagebound Epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
and this time I'm going to consult the books about the Pathfinder Society in Sothis.
Okay. This is probably knowledge history. Okay.
See, it's going to be another one of these nights.
Yep. Well, 22, you know that they are definitely represented in the city. Mostly because Osirian has... one of the things Osirian is known for is it's like the Osirian dream of... Osirian has a dream just like America has a dream, but it's basically, you go there, you find a crypt filled with riches, and then you live the rest of your life in luxury that way. And the Pathfinder Society is one of the groups that tries to find these things, not necessarily for the riches, but to understand history. The Pathfinder Society being, primarily archaeologists.
But also for the riches.
Yeah, but also for the riches. Got anything else?
Yeah. We are going to go ahead and cast... No, we're going to hang on to that for now. All right. Let's go ahead and tell the crew to stop.
Hmm?
We're going to place down a feather token anchor, and we're going to find out who wants to go to Sothis. Kill switch, of course. We'll go ahead and leave Sable up in the crow's nest. Leland is a little dead looking.
I believe I had spent some time trying to look less dead.
Yeah, the more Leland actually sleeps, well, not so much sleeps as pretends to sleep.
Rests.
Yeah. He never looks alive, but at least he doesn't look mangled.
Well, that's a relief.
I mean, that's great, but if we're going to be going anywhere where there might be a high temple of Pharasma involved, Leland, I'm going to leave you here.
Well, they'd be the ones who could help me fix it, right?
We can ask.
By bringing you from an undead area to an unalive area, maybe.
Well, right,
We can,
they might.
we can ask them about it. We don't need to bring you there yet.
They might need to kill me to unkill me.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Ebony perches up on Leland's shoulder, and she kind of takes a defensive stance over Leland, and belts out, "I'd like to see them try."
Ebony switches favorites more than Don switches gods.
Does she, though?
That's when Leland suddenly has a moment of clarity and remembers that Ebony's a dragon. Ah, fuck!
And the captain's dead.
Oof.
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 Oof, but true.
Hate
It'll live forever. So, what's the plan?
All right,
Sable
so I'm gonna
does
take-
not like the idea of being left on a boat.
Well, I mean, tough titties, said the kitties when the milk ran dry. We're gonna leave Sable here. I'm gonna take Don, Aubrey, and KFC. And we're going to go to my best approximation as to where yeah, we'll go to our best approximation as to where the Scorpion Road is.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast Greater Teleport.
Okay. You're taking Udon, Aubrey, Kill Switch,
Leaving Sable and Leland on the anchored ship.
and Ebony.
Yes, and also Ebony.
Okay. All right. So you 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Are whisked away, and you find yourself in a single room
Fuck!
that looks very similar to a waiting room. It's got some benches, and
We in hell again.
Are we in hell again?
No,
God
not yet.
damn it.
Jumps up excited.
No, Francis, wait until tonight.
You see,
Rosita.
rather plain-looking walls adorned with simple paintings of desertscapes and oases. Sitting up on a sort of almost a judge's seat, guarding a door. That is, well, not guarding the door. There's 2 armed guards guarding the door, and one person sitting at the desk. And the person sitting at the desk, who had looked bored before, now looks inconvenienced, and he speaks a few words that you don't understand before saying plainly in common, what brings you to our fair city?
Zeta, where are we?
We're in Sothis. This is the traversal hub. We have a couple of reasons why we're coming to this fair city. You know, the biggest one of which is we do want to find the Temple of Selket, or a Temple of Selket, preferably the highest one, so that we can consult with the clergy there. Possibly want to go and visit the High Temple of Pharasma. Got some good ideas as to where that might be. And we're looking for the Pathfinder Society. Maybe they have like an outpost here. You know, it is kind of a huge hub city. Also, if we do have enough time, we would like to bring the gift of Francis. What did you call it again? Rock.
Yeah, it's, you
To
know,
Sothis.
some could call it
And-
rock.
We're gonna put on a concert.
And
Do we need a
roll.
license to put on a concert? Some kind
It's
of
been-
entertainment license?
He's been staring he's completely disinterested in everything you're saying. He looks down at a paper, looks back up, and clarifies. What is the freaking phrase? Business or pleasure?
Probably business.
You see him make a little check. How long will you be staying?
More than 15 minutes.
He kind of squints, puts a check, and then he says, economic status.
Wealthy.
Don goes, oof.
He puts a check.
I was going to say adventurers, but that's probably.
He says country of origin.
Cheliax.
He kind
He
of
puts an X.
he nods and scribbles in. And then he hands out like a clipboard with a quill and asks for somebody to sign.
I'll hand this to Don.
Don's gonna read over it.
You can't read it.
Don looks at Zeta and he's like, I can't this time, Zeta. I can't read this.
Okay,
Can I
hang
take
on.
a look at it?
I'm gonna-
This paper's not gonna stop me. I can't read.
I'll go ahead and look over the clipboard.
You can't
Thanks,
read it.
Zeta. Really appreciate this one.
I'll look over it with her. Linguistics to kind of figure it out.
Sure.
I can speak Assyriani.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just basically a like an adjudicated passport.
Oh, okay, easy. I'll go ahead and sign.
Okay. He
Thank the man in Assyriani and
Oh, then you
Yeah,
understood
the
his words
cards.
before. I didn't realize you picked up Osiriani. So yeah, whenever he
well, yeah,
spoke
we were going to
before,
Sophis.
yeah, it's a good idea to pick up Osiriani if you're going to Sothis. I agree. He basically called you guys fucking tourists as soon as you showed up. So
And I will tell him in Assyriani that we're happy to tour his fine city.
oof. He you could tell he recognizes that he has made a tactical error, like intact, but he stamps the paper in two places, takes it off the paper and hands it to you, tells you to enjoy your stay in Osiriani.
I will Yeah, okay, let's go.
Alright. You guys leave. You're kind of escorted out by
Did
one of
he
the
answer
two.
me about needing some kind of entertainment license to put on a concert?
No. He
Okay.
he was trying to get the answer to a specific question, and you told him your whole life story.
I told him my whole life story instead. That's the plan.
But one of the armed guards leads you guys out into the street, and the city's immaculate. Like, it's sort of like how you go to DC, and there's like a ton of monuments at a very little distance, but they're all like a couple blocks away. This place, it's like there's a monument every block. Like, they're everywhere. And of course, one of the things you notice immediately on one of your horizons is a massive jet black dome. There's plenty of people walking through the streets, many of them in very colorful clothing.
Francis, I think we found the perfect spot for putting on a show with the heretics.
Finally, our time to shine.
So out of curiosity, Zeta, are you flying?
I would say hovering.
Okay. It's only a couple of minutes in before one of the guards comes by and tells you in common that you cannot fly within city limits because it makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, walking makes me uncomfortable.
Zeta, let's be respectful.
No, that's a ridiculous rule. Why is everybody else's comfort my problem?
Zeta.
No, this is absurd. This is my natural mode of locomotion. And you want to fetter me? I've done no crime.
Well, that's subjective. Crimes are made by the cities.
None
Or
here.
laws, rather.
I mean, you should be thanking her for showing people that they can fly. She's inspirational.
I'm inspirational.
Inspirational.
He
Of yards at all.
no, he's not. You can tell he's looking at you as acknowledgement, and he's nodding along. But then, like midway through your "this is my natural locomotion," he's taken out a little tablet and started writing.
Hold on, Francis wants to start playing a song.
Okay.
Give a nod to Zeta before he starts playing, and just start busting out a sweet ass solo, just out of nowhere.
Okay.
All right, where's my perform? Here we go. Is he distracted by it?
I mean, yeah. He's
I'm
very
gonna book it.
distracted. You're just gonna book it? Give me a stealth check.
Okay. I'm gonna roll below a 5 again.
Okay. So the guard's paying attention to kill switch, and Zeta just dips. By the time the solo is over, he's looking around, a little confused, and he looks straight at kill switch and says, "Where did she go?"
What? She's gone? She didn't even tip me for my performance. I'm gonna just look as bamboozled as he is.
Because you are.
It's hard
Give
to
me-
find any work as a busker around here.
Give me a bluff.
To suggest that I'm a busker?
To suggest you don't know her.
I never said anything about not knowing her.
Just that I didn't tip.
Yeah.
Which was true. I did not tip.
You're trying to insinuate that you have no idea where she's gone, yes?
Nope. The words I said were not a lie.
Okay. In that case, he hands you the ticket and tells you to give it to her the next time you see her.
We'll make a
What an honest guard.
is is there any equivalent to like an Asmodean salute?
That's up to you, bud.
Okay, I'd say that we'd have like some hand gestures, you know.
The
At
leader,
least
not a
back
problem.
in Cheliax.
Some hand
that
gestures.
Yeah, you know, maybe like an arm
Flipping the double
outstretched a
bird.
little bit.
Hit him with a Roman salute.
Yeah, it's something similar to a Roman salute, maybe.
Okay.
So,
Disavow.
Give him the old Dutch rut.
Yeah. Once he hands you the citation, he walks off.
Look at it.
It's
Is
an
it
Osirian.
an Osirian?
Yeah.
Consider it and start writing some new lyrics. Something about fuck the police. Coming straight from West Crown.
I'll go ahead and catch back up with the group. And I will be walking.
Got it bad for Zeta because she's blue.
Yeah, clearly racist. Oppressing all the sylphs.
All right, well, I'll go
First
try.
impressions
and,
of Sothis are not
All
great.
the sylphs. 'Cause they're
And,
so-
by trying to meet up with Zeta, I mean I'm just going to sing her name loudly as I walk through the streets.
Perfect. So, I'm sure it's not hard for Zeta to find you.
We are such tourists. The guy was right.
At some point,
Don
I
is
would like to-
trailing behind with like an embarrassed look on his face. He's trying to hide his face with his hand as best he can. Like, I'm not with this guy.
All right, we're gonna see if we can't find our way to the what you call it, the Scorpion Road.
All right.
Don hiding his large face with his big metal hands.
Yeah.
Give me a
You're not hiding from anyone. The only
Either.
people who don't see you are people who choose
Who
to believe
actively
you don't
choose to believe
exist.
I don't exist.
right. It's either knowledge local or diplomacy.
knowledge.
Just like that sweet
Oh.
puddle sucker.
Finally, he starts knowing the jokes.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you from the snippets you read, you have a general idea that it's in the southeastern portion of town. So if you just start walking southeast, there's a good chance you'll find it. And as you're going down the road, you guys cross through what is essentially a big open air marketplace. There's a ton of tents out here just selling all number of things. People yelling out just as like advertisements for their own goods. This place is just filled with people. You get the sense that the tents that are selling things, they're probably not permanent. Look like they've been set up rather shoddily. And about the only structure that seems permanent in this marketplace is a single platform where in Osiriani you see people being auctioned off, and the auctioneer is going over the profile of the people being auctioned, which is basically who they are, how old they are, what crimes they committed, and how long the contract is for.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. And then it's mostly humans, just because most everything is always mostly humans. I don't know
Sounds
how
about right.
long. I don't know how long you guys are gonna want to spend in the bazaar watching the goings on here.
It's probably best if we don't stay where they're selling people for very long.
Okay. One thing of note is that the people being sold off, they don't look like they're in terrible shape. They don't even look all too... Obviously, they're disappointed with their current circumstance, but they don't seem...
No.
They don't seem as in dour moods as the people in Cheliax who were in similar situations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me show them how it's done then.
Like they're
You
dressed...
said some of them were criminals, right?
I mean, they're all
Did we?
criminals.
Did we
As
see the
in-
beetle?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
Hold on, Aubrey. We have sacrifices to make.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So, you guys pass through the bazaar, and just outside of one bazaar, or just on the outskirts of the bazaar, there's a series of shops where the shops become a lot less... Most everyone you see is human until you get to one edge of the bazaar, which is basically all the shop owners seem to be...
Getting a little ethnic.
They're getting a little...
Diverse.
They're getting a lot outsider.
Oh, we got like Ifrits and shit here.
No, it's give me a knowledge planes.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, over. These are all different, basically different variants of Azamars.
Mm.
Some of them have blue skin. Some of them have, brown skin. It's all different,
Cornucopia of Azamar.
Yeah, but they're definitely all Azamar. I don't think you've ever seen this many Azamar in one place.
I don't think I've ever seen an Azamar as far as I'm aware.
You've seen one.
Who's that? Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, you've killed one.
Barely an Azamar.
Technically, he wasn't really an Azamar. He was a simulacrum of an Azamar.
I
But
saw the real one after maybe.
Potato Azamar.
so as
Yeah,
you
I'll
guys
point that out to everyone as well.
Potato Azamar.
proceed through, eventually you reach some very large gates that are only slightly ajar, and the slight ajar is where a couple of guards stand who are notably not the same regalia as the guards you've encountered so far. They're donned in reds and yellows, whereas the city guard are more dull browns.
Kill switch.
Any insignia on him?
Mm-hmm. Emblazoned across their shields is what you would recognize as the symbol of Selket.
Okay, go ahead and let everyone know that. Say, these people might be who we're looking for, Zeta.
Oh, good. That's exactly what we needed.
Yeah,
That's what-
Selkeshans.
Yeah, the Selkeshans.
As you guys are looking at this, these
Selkites.
guards and speaking in the streets, you hear a familiar voice from behind that says, "Well, what brings you to this neck of the woods?"
I'm gonna look around for some trees.
There are trees near the various oases.
Who's talking to us?
As you turn to look, you see the familiar face of Kino Minticus.
Kino.
This guy.
Mm-hmm. I'll put his
Is it-
picture up so that you can remember
Justin,
exactly.
are you playing RuneScape?
I'm not playing RuneScape per se. I'm letting
Wow!
myself.
That's all right. I haven't stopped farming snakes since the session started.
Wow!
Joke's on you. I was farming snakes all
I got
along.
money to make, Leslie.
Truth
Wow.
is.
Damn, Leslie, you gonna take this disrespect?
And Don's dead.
And
Kill
dead.
Dawn.
Don't you threaten me with a good time. Here's what
And
Kino
then-
looks
and then
like.
kill Jester.
Oh, wait.
I do not remember this dude at all, Leslie. Who was Kino? Have we
Yeah, he
we've
was
seen
from the
this
temple.
token before?
Yeah, we have. He was at the temple.
I
You
would have
met him
made a
before you
powder
met
joke.
Pam.
You were busy
Playing
in the
RuneScape.
pile of fake gold.
I do remember the pile of fake gold.
No, that's not where this
Shit,
guy's
Senpai,
from.
that's all you had to say.
Oh, Kino.
Oh, you. Hey, you.
Hey, guy.
Yeah. You guys see
Why are we making-
Kino.
I thought we left on like amicable relations with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys recognize Kino, and you also recognize Satula.
I don't.
Yeah, that's the
Darn.
snake.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Hey! Yeah, we came here to Sothis because we're kind of looking for information. We wanted to go check out the Temple of Selket. And here we are. What brings you here? We last saw you in Cheliax. Really wasn't all that long ago.
Uh,
Not Cheliax, West Crown,
yeah, it's
which
Chiliax,
is in
yeah.
Cheliax, whatever. Yeah,
West Creax.
West Crowny. We saw you at the West Crowny branch.
He says, I came for much the same reason that you did, save for with a more specific goal in mind.
Well, we do kind of have a specific goal, but I don't know how reasonable it is that we will, actually find any kind of answers.
I don't know why I can't find my Satula icon.
It's because she's shy.
Aw, it got deleted. I don't feel like re-uploading it.
That's okay. We all remember Satula.
Yeah, exactly. He asked what answers to what questions.
We're looking for information about Tark. Tark Swordheart.
Shield
Sword art.
Sword Art.
You know what? I'm not even gonna bother.
Shut up, Radis.
Says surely it would have been more appropriate to ask the people of his own flock.
Yeah, see, Cheliax isn't exactly a very hospitable environment, West Crown specifically.
We tried to kill the mayor.
He
The mayor's a strong word.
He
The
adjust-
self-proclaimed mayor.
he
I
just
mean, local dictator.
Well, dictator, yes, but still acting mayor. But definitely dictator.
He adjusts his
Tyrant, even.
glasses. And he's like, he tried to. Okay.
No, it's okay. He wasn't the real one.
Yeah, whole evil guy. Hold on.
Yeah, even using the word attempted to is kind of misleading. We did murder who we thought was the mayor.
Yeah, no, it was a fake. It was a clone. It was a copy. So we're good. We're not murderers.
In this specific case.
Well, I mean,
I think what they're trying to say is, have you seen West Crown lately?
It's in a sorry state, that's for sure. That's
Yeah.
partially why I came here. I was actually going to petition the head church for aid.
was
Hey,
Holoff in
that's kinda
charge
what
when
we
he
were-
left?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
a coincidence.
That's a good idea.
He was in charge when I left, but luckily for me, I happen to have friends in remote places.
Friends in Aubrey. What if we were to try to gather support?
Well, I think that's why we're here, Zeta.
Don's eye twitches.
He says I haven't the slightest on what could be done and in what time frame, but our best bet, well, he kind of points to his holy symbol,
Who's it a holy symbol of?
Selket.
Makes sense.
He says, I was going to petition that this be brought up with the local council so that our seat on the Council of the Sky could bring this up to effectively the Emperor.
No, these are all great ideas.
Kino, if you will.
I must admit, this isn't my original idea. It is a rehashed version of an idea that was older than I, but yes, that's my plan. But as it stands, I don't exactly know how to gain access.
Wait, they won't let you access the temple?
He kind of points over to the gates. He says, only those who reside within the temple's walls can enter the temple's walls.
Well, then how do new people reside within the temple's walls?
He seems puzzled at first, but then says, "It's complicated, but children are adopted."
Maybe we could get them to adopt Obri. He's looking for a good home.
Caring parents would be nice.
Just a slow montage of Obri with Sarah McLachlan in the background.
Angel.
Cthulhu.
Just like kicking a can.
Pushing a stick through a hoop.
Yeah, but no,
Ever since
For
Obri
2
lost,
copper a day.
he's been kind of hurting for a father figure in his life, and Don is just not cutting it.
Also older than Don.
he says,
Why would I be a father figure?
he kind of stifles a
Well,
laugh.
rather.
This guy's like, I miss these idiots.
You either die a father or you live long enough to become a father figure.
So Satula actually kind of flares and hisses a few times at Kino. Kino looks down, looks at Obri, looks back to Satula and says, "No, doesn't look Azamar to me either. I'm sorry, I don't believe your friend here would be able to be adopted."
Wow, racist much? Guess we haven't left Cheliax after all, guys.
Basically the same place after all. Are all big cities like this? Because
Starting to really reconsider that
impressed.
plane shift of yours.
But no, Kino, this sounds terrific. What a great idea. We should definitely look into petitioning the Emperor.
Well, petitioning the head cleric so that he may petition the council, who can then petition the council of the sky so that
Politics.
they can petition the... Yes, that's the gist of it.
So, if we had an Azamar, theoretically,
In
they could
theory,
be adopted?
well, they would have to be tested. If they were shown to be of the correct bloodline, then yes. But then only that person would be able to enter, as far as I'm aware.
That is a problem. Francis, how well do you think you could pass as an Azamar?
Oh, please, he couldn't.
I mean, Francis will try and act like an Azamar.
The only Azamar he knows.
As Francis is trying to pretend to be Azamar, there's actually a winged Azamar who walks by and like rifles his feathers.
Just like fucking tourists.
Yeah.
Don rattles his chains back at him.
Rattled.
Don't get in a spook fest with him, Don. Oh, by the way, I have this for you, Zeta. And I'm gonna hand Zeta her ticket.
What is this?
He snitched on you.
This guy gave it to you.
Francis.
What?
I'm gonna cast Stitch Mouth on Francis.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa! Back it up. Back it up.
Just good stitches.
I didn't tell him where you were, Zeta. Put that spell away.
All right.
I'm just still. Look, don't shoot the messenger.
I will crumple up the ticket and place it in my bag.
Okay. I'm just waiting for like 3 episodes later where Zeta becomes that liar liar scene. I've got all these unpaid parking tickets.
All these unpaid public nuisance tickets.
So if we can't get in, I guess we'll have to table this for now.
He kind of looks around and says, "The guards will certainly not let us in. We will need to petition someone with some actual authority." He kind of scours around.
Can the guards bring someone with authority out here? I mean, we do bring dire news from the Wisconsin branch.
He kind of cocks an eyebrow. What dire news would you hope to sway them with?
It's the apocalypse.
It's the apocalypse. There's a giant umbral dragon that's running around raising zombies left and right. The current acting mayor is killing indiscriminately.
And if you think that it's not going to affect you, it will.
Sothans are abreast of the situation in Cheliax.
Now's not the time, Don.
Thank you.
If Francis has to tell you that. Oof.
It's especially funny because when Don laughs, it's like a deep, guttural, half-fiend laugh.
Just echoed in his armor.
Kino
Yada, yada,
Kino makes a point that they've not seemed intent on helping us in quite some time. But perhaps we could find someone of importance.
Well, we someone pretty important from home.
Yeah, like what about Tark Swordheart's daughter?
I was referring to Sable, but that too.
You can tell the thought hadn't occurred to him. He's just filled with conflict at this point.
They said they weren't. When we asked them for help, they said they wouldn't be willing to help us unless we, prove that we could get help from other people. Rally a resistance of sorts.
Well, yeah.
He says, I'm not even sure. Would they even accept Terry in here?
Why wouldn't they?
She must be of the blood, but also her mixed lineage might be
Frowned upon.
problematic. And he kind of makes puts two hands where, like, up at the tops of his head to imitate horns.
Well, sure, but like she's got to be mostly Azamar, right? Or at least like isn't a 50-50 split still good enough?
This is
Pretty good.
perhaps.
That's still 50% the right bloodline. and half correct is still mostly correct.
He ponders more and thinks she would get a proper cleric's training here. But she is old.
Too old to begin the training?
Old, but also an orphan. Come on, people love older orphans. Older children get adopted all the time.
Normally, children are taken at a much younger age.
Sounds like your kind of people, Francis.
Whoa, now. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You
I
know
mean, it at
exactly.
least
Francis.
gets us, if we get her exposed to the training, right? That gets us
Francis.
a foot in the door.
Francis, give me a sense motive.
Okay.
It's not your kind of people.
Oh, let's see. Hang on. Because I can use... Yeah, that one.
25?
Yeah,
How?
What was that?
versatile performance.
Sadly. What versatile performance turns into sense motive?
Yeah, sing. Same.
Yeah,
Sing?
sing. It's terrific.
How?
Yeah. Yeah, I should have had another +2 for string,
How?
the other effect, but
How does that translate?
Don't
Look,
question
It
it.
makes sense. Oratory. You're
Yeah.
using your
No,
voice.
oratory
No,
translates into bluff and diplomacy.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
because
get-
well, no, I can pick up on little things that people are doing with their voice.
oh, sense motive. Yeah, I thought you were rolling diplomacy.
You know, after you're a trained singer for so
Okay,
long, you can
sure.
pick up on
Perfect.
all that stuff. Ow.
Okay. Well, Kino is not very good at lying, if I'm not mistaken, anyway. No! It's very bad at it, actually. So, Killswitch, what do you gather just from the... There's a slight change in his tone and tenor while he's chit-chatting with you guys when Don says it's your kind of people. You realize that he realizes that he had heard about you before he met you. He's starting to piece it together.
Does it look like it's he's having a good reaction
No.
or a bad reaction?
It's a pretty bad reaction. He's not coming out with what he's realizing with, like he's not saying anything.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, now's my time to put on a good impression.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Francis is gonna stay out of the way and not say anything stupid.
So
That's the smartest thing you've ever done.
Kino rebounds and says that even were we to bring her here, and they were to accept her, that would not guarantee us entry.
What if we
Yeah.
did them a favor and like put on a giant concert in Selket's name?
Mm-hmm.
And Zeta will clap her hands twice, and Francis's outfit will look like a Selket coloration almost.
When he realized you're talking about Francis, he kind of shakes his head,
No, not just me. There's
like
the heretics
like a
as
Larry
well.
David shakes his head.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Like no. Like bad optics.
Well, no. What if we present the heretics forward, Zeta? Let's not forget them.
We couldn't. They're the most important part.
Present one of the heretics from the bag. Unless if somehow the dragon ate him in between.
Oh no, that could be a very real possibility.
Evney was totally in there with the heretics.
Oh no.
Ooh.
I guess the question is, did she eat one of the ones that we managed to successfully train, or one of the newbies?
I know you guys aren't talking about Tamis.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't eat Tamis, did she?
Is Tamis still alive?
Please.
Oh,
Please let
Come
Tamis
on.
be alive.
you
The
guys
Don't
haven't
do Tamis
mentioned.
like
Don's
this.
girlfriend.
You guys haven't been mentioning taking care of Tamis.
Do I need to mention it every time I feed a little chicken?
Now you do.
Or is it considered part of the daily prep?
Uh,
Tell us what
Yeah.
Tamis is thinking.
did you take Tamis with you?
I think we
Tamis
took
always.
3 chicks.
Yeah.
Because we needed a whole backing band.
Hmm.
You just keeping them in a bag?
They're just chickens.
They don't need much. They're on for the ride.
Sure. You pull out 3
I don't-
chickens.
I will say I don't completely endorse that.
I mean, we let them out, every day. They get exercise.
Great. You have a chicken ship.
You don't think KFC wouldn't bring chickens with them?
Sure. That's fine. Just need to make sure that we know that there's chickens on the ship now.
Chickens on KFC.
Kino seems shocked that you had chickens on your person.
You must be new here, Kino.
Like as soon as you take them out and the sun hits them, they slowly start to like wake up and begin peeping.
And dying of dehydration.
He says, I don't know if I understand how this might help. Satula is locked on.
So, the catch is, we take the chickens, we play a song, chickens dance.
As Killswitch is talking and moving these chickens around, he's like, we take the chickens. He puts his hands out. Satula moves.
Gonna gather the chicken and stuff them back away a little bit. Try and herd them back in the bag.
They're still peeping.
Yeah, there's still muffled peeps from the bag.
Take out some
Sula
seed
is
and throw it in the
locked on.
bag with them.
What?
No, they're not. They're not still people.
So,
It's peeps for short, Zeta.
Yeah, Kino seems a bit confused about these antics.
You must be new here, Kino.
I've been to Sothis many times.
I mean, interacting with this group.
This is only the beginning of our antics. We're a blast.
Our antics are cheeky and fun.
Yeah.
No, it's if we were to put on like a grand concert for Cellcat, like surely that would. Okay, maybe not.
No, I think I can make this work, Zeta. I just, I got some material. We can make it work.
Activate the magic mouth to replace every mention of Asmodeus with Cellcat.
You don't need the magic mouth.
It just yells really loud.
Just like a really
So
bad
good.
censor or
Yeah.
dub over.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Just text to speech over.
So okay.
Bathe in the glory of Cellcat.
But yeah,
Master of lies, Silket.
yeah. So Kino looks to the guards that are, standing at the ajar gates, and looks back to you guys and says, I still think our best course of action would be to find someone with authority. Make a case.
Who would have authority?
This one get authority.
He, thinking out loud, he says, scouts? Perhaps the clergy? Mm,
The clergy.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Why didn't we think about this in the first place?
I'm also a known man of the cloth.
well, they should be simple enough to spot. You simply have to find them. Mayhaps you've seen some on the way. Red and yellows. Usually largely
sure we
emblazoned holy
Yeah, no,
symbols.
We saw him, Zeta.
Did
They had
we?
that dapper outfit.
Did you?
Did we?
Did you? Let's get a perception check from somebody.
I'll throw that up.
I'll make a roll and make myself useful.
One of you can aid. Jesus Christ, you have a plus 20 to perception?
I do.
How?
Level 13.
What do you mean? We're level.
Level
13.
13, ability scores, traits, feats, etc.
Yeah, okay. Aubrey, for sure, would have spotted somebody who matches this description back in the bazaar.
Yeah, I'll mention that to everyone. Remind them.
Well,
Should we perhaps?
we should
head
make
back
haste
that way?
before he proceeds from whence he came.
Tally ho.
And Kino
That
will
would sound
follow.
like it's our best bet.
Kino will follow Aubrey wherever he leads, and Aubrey, you bring everybody back through the bazaar, and you spot the individual who you had once seen sitting in the benches around the only stable structure.
Sure, I'll walk up to him.
Okay. As you're making your way towards him, another person is put up for auction, and the individual you're approaching basically throws out a highball number. And no one even contests him.
Yeah, I'll loudly comment that. We've got a big spender over here.
And one of the things that stands out to you when you look to the stage is that the person being presented is Asmar. After a quick, check from the auctioneer, bangs a gavel. No one seems surprised, and then the Asmar is left off the stage.
I'll ask him. What was so special about that one to be offering so high out the gate? I'm new to these parts, just trying to get a feeling for the atmosphere.
He looks to you. He's an older looking man. It's not nearly as clear with this individual, but since your knowledge planes is just insane, you do notice that he is also Azamar. And he says, that individual happens to be part of my flock.
So rather than coming in swords blazing to free them, you just play by the rules.
If we played by the rules, I wouldn't have to sit here buying back my apprentice clerics.
It's fair. It's fair. Slavery is pretty nasty business.
It's easily
Wait,
avoided.
your apprentice clerics?
Yep. And he
As in you're their teacher?
he points up on the stage, and probably 4 individuals back, there's another person who looks almost entirely human. But Aubrey, with your frickin'
Thank you.
planes, would notice that he is also Azamar. He says, and I have another that I must retrieve.
How much did he offer for the first one exactly?
He offered about 1,000 gold.
For how long of a contract?
For how long of a contract? A year.
I'll let him know that I support his cause and would like to offer to match his bid and donate the money to him to help him.
He says, any donations are more than welcome.
Aubrey will hand over 1,000 gold to him.
He,
Like I said, we're
before
new
he
around here.
before he takes the gold from you, he does make it very clear that he is not selling you his apprentice.
Of course. I'm not placing a bid at all. This is your gold. You're free to do whatever you want with it, place a bid or not.
Aubrey, you're an idiot.
It's in character.
To what? To what do I owe such a gesture of kindness?
Like I said, we're just new here. Never liked any kind of slavery. That's never. But mostly we love just to get your help learning about this place. Maybe after you're done with your business here. We just arrived.
Arrived from where?
Well, we were on the ocean sailing here from West Crown, but we teleported the rest.
It dawns on him, and he has like a He says, servitude here is much more amenable than where you hail.
We don't hail from West Crown specifically. We come from a very small village, a secluded village that was a secret for most of our lives, but no slavery there. We were just a tight-knit community. Everyone knew each other. Everyone worked. And then the West Crown government found out about our village and raided it. Now it's just like every other village in Chile.
Says, I understand Cheliax is in a bit of an epidemic of sorts.
I would definitely call it an epidemic of sorts. The sun hasn't shone
epidemic's
there in weeks.
Epidemic's a great way
Worst
to
of
put it.
many.
One might even call them plagues.
Hmm.
A series of epic plagues.
Shame that. Well,
In all honesty, it probably won't be long before it affects here too.
I don't know about all that. They're an ocean away.
well-to-do refugees as yourselves should find a place in Sothis.
Speaking of places, you know the Temple of Selket's a place.
Yes, we were quite close with the Selkhead clergy back in West Crown, in fact.
Is given the situation in West Crown, is there any way that we could, I don't know, move them over here? Is there a place that they could be relocated? I don't know if that's the right way to put this.
He says, I'm sure that they could go through customs just as everyone else, as long as they have the coin to move. He doesn't seem to be picking up what you're putting down, like who specifically you're talking about.
Francis, if you could.
Refugees, how many can you
How many can you what?
take?
Says we provide for many, but do not take in refugees. The weather here is temperate. There are tenements outside of the city proper, which are, easily livable.
Yeah, we're not asking for much. We're just looking for somewhere without a bunch of undead. You guys don't have any kind of undead problems around here, do you?
I suppose not.
The fact that he had to think about it concerns me.
I'll sense motive
Do we
on
have
that
an
pause.
Yeah,
Do
sure.
we have an undead problem?
Sense motive him. Coward.
You're talking to an undead.
Intend your puns when you say them. Coward.
He's unsure how to quantify. He doesn't know how to. He knows it's all about context, so he doesn't know what you mean by a lot of undead.
Oh, we mean a lot of undead.
Yeah, when you
We
say an
can-
undead problem, he's not sure. It's sort of like,
A couple zombies in
What's-
the neighborhood, or
yeah, it's like, what's a lot of followers?
You should share your memory of.
It's like, is 4
Kenji.
follow. You basically asked, is 4 followers a lot? And he's like, on Twitter? No. In an alley? Yes.
Yeah, no, we've got video of it. Zeta?
Video.
Kenji specifically, though. It was just like a sea of zombie.
He says, we do not suffer from the same plague as what has been reported from Cheliax, if that is what you require.
What's been reported exactly?
We hear your dead rise, and the nobility has begun to tighten their grip on societies.
Do you know?
Probably a pretty good way to put it.
Yeah.
Do you know of Dranak?
The name seems lost on him.
Hey, hang on. I've got something for this. I'm gonna put one hand on my forehead, and I'm gonna raise one to him and ask if do you mind?
He puts up a hand and gives you a we do not do that here.
Well, why not?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's fine.
It's
We've all
fine.
had it.
Don't be. Come on.
Says this
Don't be shy.
public spell casting is punishable offense.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. God, this place is just getting worse and worse.
Right? It's like Celery's Tower, but bigger.
Do you know the name Olaf?
No, that's not doing anything for them.
Bunch of arms, and
Nope.
Francis will wave his arms about.
Bunch of arms, giant undead, umbral dragon,
Kind of an asshole.
kind of an asshole. But also makes some good points.
Cannot say that I am aware of this person. Are they
Well, he's
Osirian? This does not seem like an Osirian name.
he's an Azamor, but I'm not sure of his nationality. But I am sure that he is attempting to
Well,
take
Remind
control.
me,
what
Didn't-
about
wasn't he with us in the Druid village? Like we
Oh,
brought
this
him there?
different guy?
Oh, okay. I thought the snake was there.
No, yeah, Kino, I believe, was with you guys.
Yeah, we're not with
Hmm.
Kino anymore.
Yeah, Kino's with you guys.
Oh, okay, well. I say, oh no, okay, other different. What about Tark Shieldheart?
He it seems to ring a bell. He says, I assume a apprentice cleric under Master Shieldheart.
There's a Master Shield Heart?
Well, of course.
Raz is gonna lose his shit.
Wait, is Shieldheart? What's that name? Is it a family here?
A family of sorts.
A clan?
Not entirely. It's... When you join, as a clergy, you study under a master, and that master is where you would receive your surname. For example, I am Nuban Farman, Master Farman. These ne'er-do-wells I am bidding on will take my surname once they are initiated.
I see. So no relation in that case. No biological relation.
Well, we are of the same blood.
Sure. In a we're all brothers kind of way.
He, as you guys are talking, he kind of bids on the next Azamar who walked up for about half of what he bid on the first. The contract was only for 6 months. No one contests it. And he says, where did one of the shield hearts do something?
Shieldheart's somewhat of a legend, I would say, in Chile. There are books written about him.
He seems, this is news to him. He says, Shield Heart of renown.
Do we have any literature on this about them? In fact, he was one of the performers in the successful rendition of the Trials of Larazad some 50 years ago, I believe.
years.
Was it 30? I don't really recall.
I can't say that I'm one of the arts, or history for that matter.
All clerics know this charge they phone and heal.
But you're talking about an incredibly old who was acting in a play of great
Indeed.
renown 50 years ago. This does not sound like an apprentice.
Well, to be honest, I don't know much of his backstory per se. I do know that he died in attempting to gain divinity in the Starstone, from what we know.
Kino's in the back. Just... he seems so unsure about how any of this is going to go down. But, Master Cleric Fireman says, "You've piqued my curiosity. We should bring this up with Master Shieldheart."
Sounds like
agree.
a really good idea.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
He kind of stands up, dusts himself off, and he's like, my duty for this afternoon is taken care of now that I've procured my apprentices. I'm sure they will make their way back to the temple. Come, let us find Master Shieldheart. And he kind of starts walking back towards the walled off area, and Kino seems dumbfounded the fact that even worked. Satula, on the other hand, has been flat across the ground with her head directly under Killswitch's bag for some time.
Oh no!
Yeah, step away from that.
It's too late. Tamis is gone.
Whoa, now.
Tamis, no.
So, you guys are led up to the gates. The two guards kind of, they don't have to, but they step to the side. Like, the pathway was already clear, but they both take a step away as Master Cleric Fireman walks you guys through the main gates. And then behind the main gates is just a very well-to-do, upper-middle-class looking residential area. And as you guys are walking through, there are a number of other Azamars who are all in... they don't look like they're incredibly expensive bits of regalia, but they're, they're decent finery, all emblazoned with reds and yellows with the symbol of Selket on them. And as he's walking, he's, of course, inquiring as to how... He's trying to basically drill you guys for information about this supposed Shieldheart of legend. He says, I mean, it's not like no Shieldhearts and no clerics are of the arts. I feel I would be aware of some of the household names of our clergy in another country.
You must have heard something about him. He seemed like a pretty large figure in West.
Oh, we don't call him fat.
There's a statue of the man.
There is a statue of the man.
What statue are
Yeah.
you guys talking about?
I was referring to the busted up one in Tassel's Hide.
Or The one under the church.
Yeah.
He had a scorpion tail. He's an imposing figure.
You can tell something clicks with the scorpion tail because Killswitch has a plus 30 something to his sense motive for some reason. I guess Killswitch can tell. But he doesn't,
Yeah. I'll roll a sense motive to say.
Sure.
I invested a lot of ranks into that, specifically because I don't have wisdom.
No, that's probably not gonna get it. It's not a very expressive thing, but I can't fight fucking Killswitch, apparently.
Why
Yeah,
would
it's a
you-
25. Get it?
As most people
Yes,
have
as it
found
turns
out,
out.
you can't fight Killswitch.
So,
It gets in there anyways.
Mhm.
he kind of leads you guys through a couple of streets until it goes down a small alleyway, and then through just like a waist high gate that he opens, and there's like a little garden with a pond, and laying in the pond with a cobra is a rather she's not old, but she's probably, she's certainly somewhat into her middle ages. Woman laying in this small pond with the cobra. And Master Farman says, Master Cleric Shieldheart, these travelers say that they know of one of your pupils? And she kind of sits up and releases the cobra off to one side, which slithers off into a nearby bush. She kind of stands, grabs a towel and begins to dry off. She says, one of my pupils? What did they do?
Save the city.
Became a hero.
I'd save the world if I'm understanding right, or at least the country.
At least the country, politically. So,
She seems...
Was a genuinely good person that tended to make people happy.
She's completely confused by all this.
Tark. We're talking about Tark?
It doesn't seem to
Tark
doesn't
Shieldheart?
seem to resonate with her.
Oh,
Scorpion
man.
tail.
Scorpion tail?
When you bring up the scorpion tail, that's when it clicks. And she
Maybe we
says,
should lead with that next time.
Probably had a sad Catman friend.
Oof.
she says, oh no, that is not one of my pupils.
Oof. She almost sounds like she's embarrassed of him.
She says, in fact, he was a senior. I am not nearly. How old do you think I am?
Yeah, we're
Well-
asking questions about a guy who was around 50 years ago.
That is that's a good point.
Not a lot of people would probably know or remember much about him, Zeta.
She turns to Master Cleric Fireman and says, he was the West Crony. And he nods as if he had already made this realization. And says, she turns and says, what What relation? What brings you here bearing that name?
Well, his flock is in grave danger. Or danger from graves?
Yes.
I
Also, he has a daughter? And she might also be in danger.
That comes as a huge shock to both of them. Like, they're both, they both go wide-eyed and look at each other, and then Kino looks at Zeta. Like, there's no words for a good minute. And Master Shieldheart says, I think we might need to inform the council.
Is this a problem? Did we just say something very bad?
Yeah, can you enlighten us on your state of shock?
Well, hey, look, Kino, we're getting to talk to the council.
She says, as you may not be aware,
We are not.
those of the blood are brought into the fold of the clergy. We are very stringent about making sure that we teach all that we can. Where is this daughter?
Back in Chiliac.
Back in West Crown.
They both seem supremely disappointed by this. So that will never do.
Well, yeah, again, I would like to stress the flock in grave danger part.
Yeah, maybe we didn't really get that across the first time. Real bad danger.
Kino kind of pipes up and says, Zeta, I don't believe they care about the flock being in danger. And
Nonsense. That's their people.
both masters seem offended, but they don't say anything.
Offended, but they don't correct them.
Yes. He says, if they had cared about the flock, they would have sent us a replacement headmaster 10 years ago.
Ooh, that's probably a really good point.
And Master Cleric Shieldheart says, we could not go against the council's wishes.
Sounds like the council didn't really care about his flock then.
It's more complicated than that. There were issues. The first of which was we could not proclaim him dead. There was never a body, nor could our scryers find him.
We have a depressed cat man that says otherwise. Well, had a
He-
depressed cat man. He's dead too.
From what we know, he died while undertaking the test of the Starstone. Maybe. It's just a wild out there theory, but what if he didn't die?
Well, that aside, the other issue we have is that we could not ignore the fact that the place in which he decided to settle down may well have had a hand in it. And we could not knowingly send other clerics.
Don't think that has anything to do with it, honestly. I mean, these days it might be different. Pretty sure that the guy in charge would probably try and kill both Tark and his daughter, just because they're threats. But Back in the day, it seemed like everything was going pretty well for them.
I did hear Westcrown was a pretty nice place before pretty recent.
Kino, Kino tries to say it in a way that's not. Basically, what Kino says is, so he was. I think you're giving Wiscrani and Chilaxian assassins too much credit.
Assassins.
He says, we don't know that it was the Chilaxian government that sent the assassins.
And also, to our knowledge, anybody that's tried to assassinate Zaflan has failed miserably.
And often ended up befriended by him.
And Master Short says, you see, that's what we're talking about. We can't just send our clerics where they will likely be assassinated.
He brings up a good point. We need some kind of underground resistance.
Go on, Zeta.
Well, think about it. We gather a group of, well-meaning heroes, and we form an underground resistance with a religious figurehead kind of spearheading the movement against the current government structure.
Aren't we a group of well-meaning heroes?
I like to think so.
A
be fair,
better
yeah.
group of well-meaning heroes. And what we do is we have them, I don't know, infiltrate society and try to convince the people of West Crown that maybe there's a better way. Maybe they don't have to live under this tyrannical regime.
Kino adjusts his glasses and says, I think you just described the church in West Crown.
Guys, I'm talking about council.
He,
We should run council inside our game.
Master
Yeah, no, I was down.
Master Farman says, there's also the matter of pilgrimage. It would have to be a displaced cleric that gets sent to West Crown, since pilgrimage determines where clerics serve their terms.
Also, can't forget that there's a literal apocalypse going on over there.
That is an important part. Maybe it would be better to bring the Wiscrani branch here rather than sending a cleric over there.
But then who would help us fight the oppressive regime of Holov?
Sothis?
Why would they do that?
Holop is a threat to everybody?
We did come here to request help.
So, Master Cleric Shieldheart speaks up and she says, did you say Holov is in charge of West Crown?
Yes.
As of recently.
I thought-
He's also in control of, well, he's with Dranacuic. Not sure if he's in control of Dranacuic, but they're definitely together.
They're definitely making an apocalypse.
The situation's a little confusing.
She says, contextually, I do not know who this Dranacuic is, but it seems like you are implying that Holov is a negative influence.
Oh, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
entirely. Something happened to that man.
So the
Killed his friends.
Chilaxian government is... She's trying to piece together what the internal conflict looks like there.
Olav is making his way through the Thrun family and killing as many of them as he can find.
Trying to, I guess, supplant the infernal influence with an undead one.
She
There's a sea of
clarifies.
undead there.
She clarifies. So then, the Thruns are fighting an apocalypse and a rebellion.
I'd say they're cowering.
Don's
in their
eyes
castles.
flicker in realization. Why, yes, I would say that they're doing that. And one could say that Westcrown, Cheliax, as a whole, is in a rather weakened state at the moment. And
Repeat,
could really
there's-
use some help. And he winks.
There's
and
a
by-
literal sea of undead there.
And by
If anything-
use some help, I mean could use some new management.
That sounds pretty unlawful.
Hey,
So the
There's new laws here.
I don't know.
Master
Those weren't the laws you agreed to.
The
Master
Thruns
Shieldheart.
and Queen Abigail are probably at the weakest state that they've been
but
in.
it's very
decades.
obvious that Don is a Hell Knight too.
Yeah, so Master Shieldheart looks to Master Farman. Master Farman does not seem to be understanding what's happening. And then Master Shieldheart beckons you guys to come with her. And then she leads you guys down the street a ways to what is... It's on the scale of... It is on the scale with the Cathedral of Asmodeus in Agorian. It's a pretty immaculate temple to Selket, and she kind of leads you guys around the main entrance towards the back, and eventually to her personal quarters, where she rifles through some drawers, and she pulls out a letter. And, well, a couple of letters, basically. One is like a, one seems, they're both old papers, but one of them, is obviously a lot more formal than the other. So the first letter, when she reads it off, is literally a... It's very similar to what you guys have said. It's basically a letter that says, Cheliax is very weak right now, and the iron is hot. And then the second piece of paper is a formal decision by the Council of the Road that the state of Cheliax does not represent, or the state of Westcrown does not represent the state of Cheliax.
It
Well,
begs to differ.
For what it's worth, in this case, Holov and Dranakuik have got the Thruns with their tails between their legs.
She says, if your reports are true, and I believe them to be, I believe your situation is much different than this previous situation.
Yeah, in fact, if you want to pull out a map, we can show you all the cities in Cheliax that are currently missing.
Zeta, more importantly than that, we're not in public anymore.
Oh!
Ask.
Ma'am,
hang on.
If it's okay, we could tell you the full story in seconds.
Yeah, one moment. Zeta's going to touch her forehead and then raise a hand to the cleric's forehead. Master Shieldheart.
She touches your hand with her hand.
Good enough. Zeta casts share memory.
She's
And
about to see some shit.
we're just gonna do a quick play-by-play of just all of Brave New World's greatest hits.
Yeah. So, she basically recoils from this, and she when she comes, she's
We're gonna cut out some of the parts that make us look really dumb and kind of embellish a little bit.
when she
Really
when she
embellished
finally,
the Dawn turning into a giant.
when she regains her composure, she says, "I think this is a very opportune time to have such a powerful navy." And she says that I think my seat on the council will be well used.
Question. You guys will not be disbanding the Hell Knights, will you?
The
Yeah, for all their problems, they're actually pretty chill.
Hell Knights are not a branch of the Chilaxian government, so
Well, some of them would seem to disagree.
They're probably dead by now. Let's be real.
The Pike never gives up, Aubrey.
Until they're dead.
Until they're dead. Got 'em. So she seems pretty set on bringing this up to the council, but she does make mention that if you could, she says, what's the word she would use?
Oh, question.
Yeah,
Did you
go.
show her Tarion?
Show her. Oh yeah, it's a good answer. It's a good question.
Oh,
I'd say she knows about her. Why not show her?
yeah, okay, yeah, we'll show her.
Get her reaction to the horns now.
Yeah, probably best to get that out of the way.
Ease her into it.
She says,
We'll show her Tarion.
perfect. So she says, after she says, my seat on the council will be well used, she says, and the girl,
Adorable, isn't she?
She kind of looks at Zeta in a concern. She has so much concern on her face and says, any idea why she has horns?
Not a one.
She's gonna sense motive the fuck out of you.
Yeah, give me.
Didn't ask.
Give me the sense motive. Because I don't remember if
bluff.
Zeta actually knows.
I don't think I.
I
Did.
mean,
it's not
it's
really something
obviously
that
her
we have
mother.
to Zeta, but
That's
like
true.
I guess that's a bluff check. But Zeta's not necessarily lying. She just really just doesn't care. Like the horns are just, oh, they have horns.
Yeah, I don't think Zeta actually ever found out why.
Yeah, right. Not
You
my
could probably-
circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah.
And even if they were my monkeys, I would actually just be excited for them to have horns.
She says,
Like, wait, my monkeys have horns?
well, I do not know how people will react, but she should still be tested.
Surely people won't be so superficial.
For the corona.
So, it would be greatly appreciated if you could bring her here.
Yeah, see, there's a problem with that. Her flock is very protective of her.
She's pretty
And for good
protective of
reason.
them, to be honest. She didn't want to come with us because she wanted to fight for her.
Yeah.
See, the thing
Yeah.
is that the Church of Selkat actually has a much larger hold on West Crown than we thought. If there's anyone that can battle against Holov's army, it's gonna be them. The first ones we went to was them. But they said they wouldn't help us unless we had aid from a bigger cause. That's why we came here in the first place. Now, they seem pretty insistent on the idea that West Crown is Tarian's birthright.
Master Shieldheart seems incredibly torn right now. Because on one hand, she's still concerned about the implications of the horns. And this is all what Killswitch knows, by the way. Just to clarify. So on one hand, she's concerned about the horns. On the other hand, she cannot... You can tell she knows this girl is adorable. And on the other hand, she seems incredibly... She has like a sense of pride about the fact that this girl is so young and already leading a rebellion against the government.
Which
She
is great and all, but
she says, I feel conflicted. I fear for the girl's safety in her current circumstance, but perhaps a feather in her cap would make it easier to accept her into the clergy.
I think you misunderstood. I did show you Holof, right? Big dragon, 4 arms.
Apocalypse, literal apocalypse.
That's who she's up against.
She seems...
Just want to let you know, if this is ignored, this is a problem that will leave Cheliax eventually. It will come to you guys, and you cannot stop it alone. Our chance to strike right now is right now. We have to start uniting. We have to start gathering forces. Because
The
soon,
iron is hot.
this won't be just about Cheliax. And it won't be just about any one country. We'll have lost our chance to fight back.
She says, I absolutely agree. This would be one of the most impactful things I think I would have ever seen in my life if we were able to rally the Royal Navy. But on the matter of the girl, you said yourselves that she did not seem intent on leaving.
Not without a place to secure her flock.
That's the important part. Making sure that her people are safe. She's a very good girl like that.
You would have the mass exodus?
Either that, or I would have West Crown seen safe. At the very least, West Crown.
Well, that brings up the original issue of who she's up against.
Yeah, giant undead demigod.
Would you have her and her flock in the fray or not?
I don't think we can stop them, to be honest.
Preferably not.
She has a soft smile that says, I don't think you can either. Master Farman seemed way less... You can tell that he probably has...
No idea what's going on.
Well, yeah, first off, he didn't have the memory. And then secondly, he seems less... He probably has less apprentices under him that are as brash as to... Because basically all he knows of it is a small girl is leading a rebellion against the government, against overwhelming odds. He seems not okay with it. He seems less okay with it, let's put it that way. Kino seems very pleased about this whole thing, because basically what he came here to do seems like the wheels are turning. Satula seems like she's still right underneath Killswitch's bag.
She wants them chicks, dude.
Take another couple steps away.
Don's gonna look to Zeta, cross his arms. I think we've delivered the message that we needed to. I don't think we can do much else here. The gears are turning now. All we can do is wait. He's gonna turn to Master Shieldheart and ask, do you know of any other nations that could possibly help us send aid? Join us in this. I know that you guys probably want to stake claim of Cheliax for yourself, but like I said, this is going to be way more than that soon.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, we already have a sympathetic Thrune. We have a child leading a rebellion. Like,
She says, I will also bring this up with the other Master Clerics. Though we don't have many within our walls that have initiated, so I don't know how many could actually assist. And we suppose we could send word to others. What you really should need is necromancers. Killswitch would notice that Kino knows a shit ton of necromancers. And he doesn't seem to want to divulge this.
We also know a shit ton of necromancers.
That's right, we do. Kino, didn't you know some necromancers? I remember you saying that once.
He's very sheepish at this point.
Zeta, get that stitch spell out again.
I might familiar with. I don't think we could get the necromancers that I am familiar with to assist.
I think we could get the ones that we're familiar with to assist.
Pretty sure Corvosa, who's been in the thick of this for the longest, would be the most willing to help. They've got a lot of necromancers who are displaced.
They've got a lot of necromancers who've been displaced, and we do have a sympathetic Thrune.
Yeah, that's important to note, by the way. We do have a sympathetic Thrune. Don't know if we really drove that point home or not.
But very sympathetic Thrune.
Master Shieldheart has now taken an interest in Kino. She kind of hasn't been paying attention to him at all.
Rip Kino.
But notices, she kind of looks down at his holy symbol that hangs from his waist. Looks at him and says, "How do you know these necromancers?" And Kino says, I am from Geb. I don't know if one of you has a knowledge local. Is it knowledge local? It'd probably be knowledge local for this. Probably with disadvantage though, because Geb is very far away from
It was
where you live.
very far away.
Yeah, it's not very far away from here, but
Excuse me. The strength of Atlas would like a word with you.
Ooh, is that natural 20 at knowledge local?
Yep.
All right.
Damn, +3 knowledge local.
Damn.
Damn.
So Aubrey,
I have no idea where Geb is.
you
You
know
think
Geb.
Geb is a dish that they prepare in Sothis?
Is it tasty?
Perfect. So, Aubrey, the first thing that stands out to you about Geb is that it's known as the land of the undead.
Sounds like a pleasant place.
It's not very far away from Osirian. In fact, it's I mean, it's a good ways off. It's not
Oh, man.
close by any means, But
Kino's pallid demeanor suddenly makes so much more sense.
Why did they get such a pleasant name?
it's because they're mostly undead there. I mean, it's like 50-50 living and undead.
Maybe
So, yeah.
yeah, I recognize the place.
Yeah, it's literally ruled by a lich. It's a dictatorship. And you would know because you fucking crushing it. So Corvosa has the academy. There's an academy in the city of Corvosa. That's where you go if you want to learn magic. But if you want to learn necromancy,
Oh
If you
shit,
wanna-
guys.
what up?
Oh shit, guys. We should go to Gab. We should go to Gab. We should go to Gab. And we should take a little side trip through. We should make our way there through Nex. You know, we just go straight
So-
south through Nex.
So if you want to learn necromancy, you go to the mortuarium, which is in Iled.
Does he know anything about reverse necromancy?
So when he says that he's from Geb, he follows up sheepishly with mentioning that his father is actually a bloodlord. Which, because Aubrey crushed it, knows that
Thank you.
bloodlords are exactly what they sound like.
Lords of Blood.
Vampires?
They are basically the nobility of Geb, who are pretty much entirely made up of intelligent undead. You know, vampires, wraiths, mummies, shades, liches.
So, mummy's just a random mummy in there. It's my cousin. So, you, Kino? You're a little not living?
Your knowledge. What's your knowledge religion? Roll a knowledge
Knowledge
religion.
religion?
Do
Oh
it.
my gosh, you want it?
Do it, you coward.
I'll do it. Oh my god, is it really?
I know your knowledge religion's bad.
Oh no, it's not at all. Is it to identify a creature?
Yeah.
Still not bad.
Yeah, yeah. Should have told me it's plus 25, really. But Kino's a Dampier.
Ho! This explains a lot.
Yeah, that waistcoat really sells it. So you're not only is he a Dampier, he's
Royalty.
royal.
Yeah, he's nobility of some sort.
Right, like
But Killswitch
He-
can pick up with his ridiculous sense motive that Kino's probably not on great terms with his father.
he wouldn't be here if he was.
I could
I
smell
assume.
that from a mile away.
Oh, Don knows a few things about resolving father issues.
Yeah, Killswitch has a keen nose for daddy issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. You hang around Don so long, you just happen to know these things.
In my defense, Killswitch, I killed my dad.
Don,
And then he quickly cuts himself off and says, he deserved it, trust me.
Kino
Ixnay
actually
on the
puts a hand on Don's shoulder
at your side pay.
and says, "Mine too."
Oh, he deserves a pillow over his head while he's sleeping?
Well, I don't think that would work. A steak. And then copious sunlight.
Well, one could say that I'm an expert in killing fathers.
My father's in agriculture.
I'm not sure I catch your meaning here.
He oversees a farm in Corpse Light.
What kind of farm are we talking here?
You know, livestock and
People?
plants. It doesn't take a good sense motive to find. Yeah, he's talking about they farm people there.
Well, for what it's worth, I've backdropped a dragon in the past, so maybe I could take care of that for you.
You know what, Aubrey? I'll give you a little more for that earlier local check.
I'll take it.
Just because it's a fun tidbit. And we'll say you know this from your book.
Ah, the book.
The book.
Oh, Pecklin's journal.
Yep. So, in the city of... I want to say it's Iled, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that the case? Yep. The city of Iled is actually surrounded by a bone wall. It's exactly what it sounds like. So their city wall is made of it's entirely of bones, and the local
like
bloodlord. Go ahead.
It's like ornately made, or is it just like a pile of bones?
It's like, you know, it has the same kind of characteristics that a brick and mortar one would.
Okay.
It's not just a
That's
pile of
nice.
bones. It's erected, and the local bone lord there has been known to animate the entire wall.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty gross, but still pretty amazing.
Yeah. So
Take that, Baba Yaga.
it literally turns the walls of the city into a giant undead thing to attack on, you know, to defend against attackers. So, just
You gotta turn
putting
into a
it in
second creature
context.
for it to make a total defense action.
What a coincidence. We also happen giant.
Missed that last part of that.
We happen to also know a giant wall that's undead.
Ah, indeed we do.
We do?
I think so, about Leland.
Puddle sucker.
Oh. Sweet.
You
puddle
guys
sucker.
left him in the middle of the largest puddle.
Oh no, there's no more ocean.
Oh no, Leland, don't drink that puddle.
Now
It'll
he won't
dehydrate you.
drown. He won't drown if he drinks too much now, so we're all doomed.
Oh,
So-
man, he's got to be having a blast out there.
So, with that, you guys have anything else you want to do in Sothis?
Sure.
Yeah?
Oh, I want to just make a few connections. Maybe start talking to a guy that looks strangely like Duncan, but a little.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Aubrey, can you ask Duncan to see about maybe setting up to prepare like a concert for Kill Switch in like a week from now?
I could.
In Sothis?
Yeah.
Are we gonna waste our time here? We got Geb to go to. We should go to Geb, guys.
I mean,
Let's go to Geb. It'll be great.
We probably won't make a very good appearance.
We should
in
also
Gap.
make sure that we go through a river through Nex to get there.
Is this the Grotus talking?
No, not at all. We should go through Nex. Nex is a great place. You're gonna love it. There's so much to see in Nex.
I think we have enough undead on our hands.
There's so much to see in Nex. You're gonna love it.
sure, but also we're right here, so let's set up a concert for Kill Switch in a week from now.
Like the Mono Wastes.
Yeah, I'll put it in a word.
Don, what's gotten into you lately?
I'll let-
This is all out of character. We should go to Alkenstar, guys. It's literally right there.
You just miss Radas, don't you?
I just want to go to Alkenstar. I really want to see Alkenstar.
I can't bring us to Alkenstar.
Don't worry,
So-
that's where the patricide campaign will be.
We don't need to go to. You don't need to bring us to Alkenstar. The thing is, there's a river that flows in the Nex that if you just go through it, it goes into the Mono Waste and ends up in a port in Alkenstar.
We do have a boat.
we can avoid the sand krakens. We have to deal with actual krakens, but we can avoid the sand krakens.
I think we're done with Selket for now. Though, as we leave, I would like to take Master Shieldheart aside,
Mhm.
and I'd like to inquire about any clerics capable of such a feat as resurrecting the undead.
She's gonna ask in what state the body's in.
Not
Undead.
great. It's
Not-
undead.
Not bad anymore.
You say it's undead?
Yes, undead. We need a cleric capable of resurrecting.
Choice of words, Zeta.
Okay, we need a cleric capable of true resurrecting. But resurrect will do just fine.
Regular resurrect will do just fine.
Yeah.
Well, true resurrection. She says she's not familiar with anyone who could perform such miracles. One moment. Gotta check something. But as far as a resurrection, she could provide such a thing.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Do
would you be
you know-
willing to?
She says, were you to provide the materials and
Yeah, well,
perhaps-
Don's not here, so I'm asking this.
Oh, that's right.
okay.
But yes, if we were to provide the materials, and a second question, follow up probably to the first one, where would one find a diamond of that caliber?
She says, historically in Sothis, diamonds of that caliber are pre-purchased from a diamond mine in the far west. Aristocrats are in great demand for them and purchase them in advance. Essentially, when a diamond is mined, they will they already have the rights to it. So it is a waiting list essentially to get such a diamond after purchasing it. But she also says that in lieu of payment for the spell casting, if you are able to bring the child to Sothis, she could consider that payment for the actual casting of the spell. In addition, of course, to having the diamond yourself.
I think that can possibly be arranged. Something to think about.
Mhm.
Alright, we will leave, and our next stop was to find the Pathfinder Society in Sothis.
Okay. One other thing she mentions, by the way, as far as true resurrection, she's only heard rumors. My brain's broken. One moment. She's only had rumors that the Ruby Prince has done such miracles.
Sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure I'm just mistaking with. Oh my god, Divinity.
So once you guys are outside of the gates, you're gonna start looking for the Pathfinder Society.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
That's definitely a good idea.
guys are escorted to the the gates, and Kino seems pretty satisfied, and he says, well, I think my mission here is done in requesting for aid.
Yeah, we'll of course thank Kino for his assistance in these endeavors. And that as always, he's a pleasure and a gentleman.
Yep.
And we'll give Satula some pets.
A boop on the snoot.
A
She-
boop on the snoot.
She accepts but does not acknowledge the pets, as she is still directly under Killswitch's bag.
Yep. Keep moving out the way.
She's a woman that knows what she wants.
She gets real
Yep.
close to the bag occasionally, and that tongue comes out.
Nope. Get her out of here.
And he of course returns the thanks and helping with the endeavor, and says, where do you plan to go after?
We're probably going to track down the local Pathfinder Society and seek further assistance in the situation in West Crown. Plus, they'd probably like to know that more than likely the Pathfinder Society in Cheliax, if there was one, is probably not doing great.
He says, I don't see how much help they would be,
Fair enough. We could leave them alone.
but I
We
can
do
assure
have-
you that the Pathfinder Society in West Crown was well evacuated.
We do already have well enough what we need.
Well,
All right, folks, gather around.
Blip, 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 blip.
Join hands.
I'm gonna hold Zeta's hands.
And we're going to go ahead and teleport back to the ship.
as you speak the magic words to teleport, there's a guard who's approaching, reprimanding you for casting in public, and then you're just gone.
This is gone.
Yep.
As we teleport away, the guard sees a scrap of paper in our spot where we were,
Perfect.
and it's a crumpled up ticket.
Satula's confused.
But the food.
All right, we're back at the ship.
Mhm.
At this point, we will inform Leland and Sable about our findings.
You gonna tell Leland that he might not be dead soon?
Yep, we'll tell Leland that he might not be dead soon. And I'm going to need 2 hours to do this. I'm going to begin to cast another spell.
Is Nathaniel dead?
I don't know, you live with him.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Hadn't had a lot to do today.
wouldn't surprise me.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay,
Super mute.
right. So what are you doing, Zeta?
I'm going to begin to cast Create Demiplane.
Oh, okay. So, what's everybody else doing? I guess, what has Leland done for his morning and afternoon? In what state is
Leland
the
has-
ship, and how much of the ocean has been sucked?
Leland has found a pirate's hat, or not a pirate's hat, but a captain's hat, and has put it on cockeyed, clearly not on correctly,
Mhm.
and has been giving nonsense orders to the crew.
Man,
Things
the
that
poop.
sounded cool, but man the poop deck,
So, Zeta,
swab the galley.
when you get back, I'm sure you have some innate sense once you're in range of the unseen servants of where they are and what they're doing. And they're doing stuff that could be considered sailing stuff, but they're doing things like manning the poop deck. Which I guess translates to just standing around topside.
All hands to starboard.
The invisible crew all float to starboard,
Yep.
but Leland's not really sure.
Yeah.
'Cause they're invisible.
Yep. So you create your demi-plane.
As I finish the preparation for the cast, I'm gonna have Sable's not here, so well, fuck it. I have Sable, Leland. Actually, everybody. If everybody wants to join me in the demi-plane.
Sure.
Yeah,
Pretty sick.
Yeah, I got dolphins to put in there.
Yeah, we do have dolphins to put in here. In fact, if Don, if you want to bring like some fish,
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, you're actually gonna stock it?
yeah, we're gonna start stocking the demi-plane.
Keep the fish fresh.
Yeah, that's pretty smart actually. That's pretty good.
And yeah, we'll teleport to the demi-plane. And upon completion of the spell, this is going to add more area to the demi-plane. So at some point down the long river that is the library, we're going to go ahead and split off a smaller stream, and it's going to lead down in space, and it's going to open up into a large circular arena, if you will. Basically like an auditorium arena situation. The acoustics in here are incredible.
Go on.
And I'll gesture for
Jester?
Jester?
Kill Jester.
Kill Jester. I'll gesture for Leland and Don to go down into the arena. And by gesture, I mean I'll tell them go down into the arena.
Alright, look at the arena map.
I don't have an arena map.
How do you not have an arena? How did you not expect this?
Yeah.
How did you not prepare for all of Zeta's shenanigans?
Why don't you have a map of my demi-plane?
Why did you? Come on! I'm literally telling you it exactly as it is.
Just
Couldn't be easier.
How are we having a problem here?
Alright. So you're in a room.
I do like being in a room.
Sure beats not having a room to be in.
I'm gonna begin casting another spell.
Okay.
Is it another demi-plane?
No, that thing takes like 2 hours. Forget that.
Is it a demi-gloss?
What if the material plane's just a really big demi-plane?
Ooh.
I want whatever Aubrey's smoking.
I'll offer it to him.
Check the pipe. Just chaos.
Just chaos.
Drink the wolf in chaos.
Good thing they didn't use the fish tits on you.
Then to be right fecked, boy.
So what are they doing in this thing? What kind of spell you casting on them?
Hang on.
prepares spells, doesn't prepare for the spells.
I'm gonna cast a spell. Proceeds to look up spell list.
No, I have to account for you two.
Accounting.
Somebody say taxes.
Rattled.
Okay, so we cast Summon Monster 6, and 2 bearded devils appear across from Don and Leland in the arena.
Why?
Go bearded devils.
Oh God! Time to kick their goddamn asses.
And Zeta's going to speak to the devils and direct the devils to
Whoa, Zeta, hold on.
What?
No, we're not done here. What if there were a bone devil?
What if there were a bone devil?
No, I fight with the bearded devils. They like fist fights.
No. Don, I thought you were strong.
I am strong, but I like
You're
your.
telling me you
I need
can't
a
take
good
bone
fist
devil?
fight, you piece of shit.
Yeah, you can't beat a bone devil. I get it. Yeah, you're too weak for that.
Is one of the bearded devils one of the one I fought?
Both of them look
I-
identical.
Damn it.
Yeah, I have no way to control that.
I don't know how many
So-
rounds they last, but they'll be gone by the time I summon.
It does take 10 minutes, doesn't it?
They're around for at least like 15 rounds or something. I don't know.
It's like a minute.
Okay. All right, we'll let them get going then.
Minute and a half, 90 seconds.
So you summon them and do what?
Tell them to fight Don and Leland.
All right. They charge Don and Leland.
And
Leland,
then
to arms!
Zeta's gonna walk off.
So I imagine it's like she summons them. Don and Leland look at them, a little confused. Zeta looks at the
Don's
Bone
not
Devils.
confused at all.
Bone
No,
Devil.
I wanna. Yep, I got a thing. I wanna play music, but I want it banner also and cheer on the devils.
You piece of shit!
Good luck, guys.
Perfect. So the
Hard mode
Bone
activated.
Bone Devils are freaking, or the Bearded
Or
Devils.
bearded devils.
Zeta tells the Bearded Devils to get you guys. You guys are like, what? The Bearded Devils charge with Kill Switch leading them.
Yeah, and as Zeta walks off, she's gonna speak the magic word and give the bearded devils haste.
Perfect. So these 2 hasted Bearded Devils charge you guys. I guess.
So
we
anyway, I started punching.
With inspire courage.
Sure. Let's go this
How
way.
are you not ready for the bearded devils?
I was completely ready. Soon as Don saw the arena, he was just like, I like where this is going.
Right? Come on, DM. Don was prepared for the bearded devils. Where you at?
I was prepared for it.
KFC was prepared for him.
Okay. I don't know. Generic devil token. Perfect.
Wow, racist.
Alright.
Should probably actually position, let's just take the center of the ship. Get everyone else the fuck out the way.
Also, why is Don normal sized? So, it's pretty much 2 one-on-ones anyway. It's not gonna matter that much. Doubt there's gonna be a whole lot of moving around. But actually, they do stay a little ways away, except Glaives.
That's not far enough, bitch.
No, it was not. So, initiative's already been rolled for you guys. Perfect. Perfect.
No, it's not far enough for them either. Like, doesn't matter who they target, Leland's gonna hit them.
What the hell just happened? 20 plus. I hate trying to find initiative on these things. Here it is. Oh my god, what? Oh, that's what happened. 21 and 23. Wow, they went first. Alright, which one is this one? First one is at dawn. Plus. It's actually 14. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do the math separately. 11. Plus 2 from charge. Plus 7 from kill switch, right?
Yep.
Plus 1 from haste. Donovan, 24 hit you flat footed.
No.
Alright. No go then.
He slaps the glaive away and grins, his helmet not on, looking down at the bearded devil. What's that? Another roll?
That's another roll, but for Leland.
That's gonna
Christ.
hit.
I gotta check something real fast.
Be a shame if this were a keen glaive.
Yeah, it's times 3 crit, so it does
Oh,
not
thank
threaten.
God. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That's not correct. D10.
So what? 72 damage.
6
No.
plus 7. I think that's it. So that's 19. And 2 points of bleed.
Do undead bleed?
No.
Do they? I don't think they
No.
do.
There's no blood flow. He's dead.
Yeah, probably not. They can't be stunned or anything. I guess that's a little different.
That's a little different.
Undead are immune to death effects, disease, mind affecting effects, paralysis, poison, sleep, stun, and any effect that requires a fort save.
I don't think bleed
No.
requires a force.
It doesn't.
Let's see.
Immunity
Undead
to bleed.
traits in the
It's the first thing on the
Yeah.
list. So no, you can't bleed. Alright, Leland.
Okay. Slugfest.
Yeah, that's what it's turning into.
Okay, so I believe this is set without the standard bonuses. There's preliminary roll. Let me. Oh, that threatens. Does it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have improved critical. Does 32 confirm?
Yeah, it does.
Wait, hold on, Leland. Is that excluding song?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Wait, our rules for crit are just add max damage, correct?
You roll and add max damage.
Plus a 30.
Yeah, this one's... You can tell me what happens, but it's dead. It's gonna... Whatever you do to it will end in it dissolving. And,
So, it goes to stab Leland. Leland accepts the incoming stab and just smashes it clean in two.
pulls back,
I-
charges up his blade.
Level 3 great sword charges.
You forgot about the great sword charge. Oh no, that's the self damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Shit. Just get stabbed. Obliterates this thing.
It's like this thing's gonna run in a straight line at me. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Whip. Had a long life. Donovan.
Meanwhile, Don's armor starts steaming. He says to Leland, "Look, Leland, a punching bag." He's gonna take a swing at this Mammo Jammo. Does an 18 hit it?
Yeah, because he charged.
Poor bastard.
It wasn't a 1.
It wasn't a 1.
If it wasn't for the charge, you wouldn't have hit him.
Well, he shouldn't have charged.
Shouldn't have charged.
Yeah, what?
And
Jesus.
that's the first hit, and that was a power attack, so you can have this.
The CMD?
Does that beat a CMD?
Yep.
Okay, here comes the free attack.
Yeah. I mean, your attacks are going to hit because he's prone now.
Yeah, I know.
You can just pretty much just roll the 20. Well, no, because your follow attacks aren't going to be at full BAB, so you might miss. But that'll hit. That'll
Another
do
30
damage.
Another 30 damage
Yeah.
as he steps on its windpipe as it falls to the ground.
I mean, it's alive.
And then, I got one more at plus... $16. And Don's gonna elbow drop it.
And Donna's now prone.
Wait, where's the next attack?
It was a
at?
32 to hit.
Oh, the 32, and then a 29. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's dead.
And then Don's gonna look to Francis and crack his knuckles. Well, Leland, he was cheering for the other team. I guess that means he's on their side.
Francis goes invisible. And
Oh,
I'm out.
Francis. That doesn't work on me anymore.
See invisibility?
Let's see.
Quiet bard noises.
Bard noises
Sing
stop.
silently.
No, not yet. Not yet.
All right.
Oh, Francis. That won't work on me for much longer.
See, if that's the case, then Leland just has to do the Monster Hunter hammer spin with a greatsword.
You know, Francis, you gotta go to sleep eventually. Don's gonna high five Leland. Well, low five Leland.
How is Don getting around this ship as a 10-foot tall monster?
And say, oh, we should do this again sometime.
We're
are
in
you
a
talking about?
demi-plane right now.
Oh yeah, we're just on the ship map.
Yeah, but also the ship is a cargo ship, so it's meant to facilitate cargo moving through it.
Gotcha. By cargo, you mean skeletons.
There's no skeletons on the ship.
There were.
People are cargo.
People are skeletons.
I mean, after all, what is the most precious cargo but your skeleton?
Yeah. disagree, then sell me your skeleton.
Do it, you coward.
I don't need it all.
Yeah, you don't need your whole skeleton. Now you're just being greedy.
You could probably take one bone from like 206 different people and make a whole person, and no one would be any.
Yeah, just
Feel bad for
one.
the guy who loses his skull, but
He'll be fine.
Well, the skull's a set of how many different bones?
Yeah, exactly.
one tooth from a bunch of different people. Who are you, a dentist?
Oh, see, you just have to go to a bar for a while for that.
You want
Like a
whole
Romanian
bones.
medical student.
It's like if you buy a boat and replace every plank of it over like 50 years, is it still the same boat at the end? So this is like, what person is it?
Yeah, exactly. You change all the cells in your body every 7 years. But also,
Anyway,
So, what was the point of that?
For fun.
yeah, Zeta just
Okay.
sick devils on
testing
you
out
because she could.
toys,
Zeta wanted to give us something to do.
aggression pit.
Which means she's up to no good, whatever
So
she was
wait,
doing while you
Does
fought.
Zeta sleep in the demi-plane, or does she sleep in the captain's quarters?
Yes.
Does she wear pants like this or like this?
Business or pleasure?
Zeta gone.
Zeta?
Zeta.
I think he AFK'd because he thought the fight was going to last more than a round.
Level 13.
Yeah.
How do you have a plus 20 in something?
It's not something, it's like a lot of things.
Yeah, I am. Like, if we stray away from those knowledge checks, I'm not going to do great.
Yeah, but then Killswitch is like, oh, sense motive? Yeah, it turns out I can sing real well.
Yeah, I get your confusion now.
Look, it's not quite as much of a stretch as to play guitar to diplomacy.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah, well, boy, I can sure play stringed instruments real well. Why don't you sign this treaty?
Right? Killswitch is like, he strolls into a shop and he's like, how much for this goblet? Oh, that's 50 gold. Wow! How about now?
Did you know I was a rock star? Francis bust out. Madlix. Then they ask him to get out, and why did you kill our mayor?
Right? Yeah, how come when other people diplomacy, they get cheaper goods, but when I diplomacy, it's all, why did you try to kill our mayor?
Stop diddling our kids.
Yeah, stop diddling our kids.
Hold on, I feel like I need to sing a song just to clear the air here.
Yeah.
Like,
About diddling kids?
didn't diddle any kids. Didn't touch
It's all a
any
lie.
kids. Francis is not Frank.
So, I think L dipped.
Again?
Again.
Really tired of these good nights ending because he's a little bitch.
I had to go catch coronavirus.
Well, I guess anybody else want to do anything while they're stranded in Zeta's demi-plane?
Guys, can we go to Alkenstar?
Not from
If they
here.
wanna help. I wouldn't mind
I
having some
don't
good old
for-
conventional weaponry on our side.
Right, because throwing out a bunch of 1d8s is gonna do us a ton of good.
Well, it'll be a distraction at least. Just a
All right, you guys
human
kill that
shield.
devil yet?
Hey, you're back.
Oh, we
Yeah,
murdered them turn one.
Yeah, turn one.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah,
It was
you
only
said-
on Monster 6.
Yeah, you sent CR5 creatures after these assholes.
Yeah, no, I figured as much.
I crit.
Don ate it.
Yeah,
We're gonna
he's
go
dead
ahead
now.
and strike a tuning fork against one of the
Oh my gosh.
walls in the demiplane.
Mhm.
It's happening.
What? No.
Okay. Then what?
It's time.
That's it. The tuning fork's now attuned to my plane.
Gotcha.
That's oh
Fucking Zeta.
god.
What frequency is
I'm
it
gonna
at?
go ahead and say that will work for your demi.
444.
It's literally not how that works normally, but yeah, sure.
It's
It's
past A.
literally how that does work.
No, you can't just strike a tuning fork.
Prove me wrong.
It's very easy.
Or perhaps you've attuned your plane to the tuning fork.
Oh no.
Prove me wrong. Before an untuned fork can be used as a focus for casting plane shift, it must be physically transported to the plane in question and subjected to a specific condition while on that plane,
Mhm.
as detailed for each category of tuning fork.
Yeah, that's why I said it'll work with your plane.
Exactly. It's going to work with my plane.
Yeah, that's not how it normally works for
Yeah,
other planes.
But that's how that works for my plane.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't care about the other planes.
Yeah.
I need my plane.
Not yet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to produce the tuning fork for hell.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, boys.
I
Hope you
had
had
a-
fun.
Vacation.
I had a really
We,
good source though for how that's not how other planes work.
But yeah, I know that's not how other planes work.
I know, but I had
It's
a
like I'm not an idiot. Come on.
damn it.
That's how things work in my plane.
Posted my source anyway.
Too intelligent.
Because it's my plane.
Is it the plane of snakes?
I don't want to go to the plane of snakes. It sounds terrible.
Snakes in
Are
a
you real
pen.
tired of it?
Goddamn snakes on this goddamn plane.
So you pull out your hell fork. So you pull out your fork.
So anyway, I started blasting.
So I started forking.
See, I see your evidence. I see your evidence.
Jesus,
Oh,
not
fuck.
doing
Oh,
that.
no. What the fuck happened?
It would have been
No!
Can you
shorter.
delete that?
I
Nope,
can't.
it's there now.
It's there forever.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste.
I'm not doing that. So
Look
anyway,
at me now.
It's not even a fucking link.
it's
Look
so
at me.
bad.
I'm the DM now.
It took
Yeah.
a full second to actually copy that.
There, whatever. That's my proof.
No.
All right. As a standard action, I can eject everybody from my plane at will.
All right.
Boop.
Yeet.
Where is Will though?
I'm gonna yeet you the fuck out of the material plane too.
Get out of my
Is
plane.
Will one of the unseen servants?
I'm gonna cast plane shift on Leland and send him to the fucking shadow realm.
Shadow.
Looks like a go to the Shadow Realm. Leland.
Show me your Shadow Realm tuning
I'm
fork.
I'm
Has it
exotic
been to the?
dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna take your cards and throw them off this fucking boat.
Greater teleport his ass to the sun.
Your cards are gone.
Yeah, good luck winning without these 5 cards.
This is fucking Joey's Yugs. But yeah,
How
so,
fucked up is it that literally in that show, he has 5 cards that say, I win?
Yeah.
They were ahead of their time, for God's
That's so stupid.
I was reading
It's
about
like the
fucking...
Uno no you.
No, you. I win.
Yeah, I win.
These 5 cards say that I win.
I win.
I mean, it's kind of like Magic the Gathering.
Yep. Anyway.
I had a deck like that in Shadowverse.
Except in Magic the Gathering, you only usually need like 2 cards.
Right.
So
Do it on
everybody
turn
gets
one.
ejected towards Will.
You're a fucking holy player, aren't you?
Yeah, we just so
Yes.
we eat everybody out of
Piece
the
of shit.
plane. This was kind of important because previously I couldn't actually plane shift to my own demi plane,
Seems
but
important.
now I can.
So
Seems important, right?
I did have a question while you were away, which is Zeta sleeping in her demic plane, or is she sleeping in the captain's quarters?
No, the captain sleeps with the ship.
Okay, that's fair. I kind of assumed that, but then you were like, demic plane. I was like, wait a minute.
No, why would I sleep in the demi plane?
I don't know.
I can get in the demi plane anytime.
Most times.
We're on a freaking ship now.
Yeah.
Not just any ship, a ghost ship.
My ship, my ghost ship.
It's
So-
mine! I licked it!
I licked it. So next we're going to what did I say? Present the tuning fork for hell.
Mhm.
And guess who wants to go on a field trip?
Sure, fuck it, I'm down.
Well, Don doesn't actually know what this is.
Does he need to?
He doesn't need to.
Are you gonna throw more devils at us?
No,
Well,
I
we
just
can
wanted to
throw
get you
you at the
hyped.
devil.
Now we're gonna throw you at the devils. But also, we're gonna go look for Tassel.
I think you got some hanging from your coats.
Why would Tassel be in hell?
It's a small possibility.
From our understanding, Tassel may or may not run a casino in hell.
Yeah. Plus the zoos over there are amazing.
And if there's anybody that has avoided getting killed that was a part of the shield, it's Tassel.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Tassel would be like, well, this situation's fucked, I'm out, bye.
Tassel's in a simulacrum.
So if we go to hell and we go to Tassel's casino and we find Tassel, maybe we can use him to find where the shield is.
Dead.
Also slots.
Welcome to Crisis Brigade.
Reload
Yep.
your weapon and start your mission.
Start your mission.
I was going to comment on calling them sluts, but reload
So-
your weapon and start your mission.
So to hell then.
Sure,
Yep,
fuck
to
it, why
hell
not?
with us. To hell with us.
Yeah, all right. So that's decided. We're going to go ahead and strike the tuning fork, cast the spell, and I guess we'll leave Sable on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Never did show up.
Well, it's also kind of a trying event, so I wouldn't blame him.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Meeting with the HOA,
What's the HOA?
Homeowners
the
Association.
Homeowners Association.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I know it, yeah.
Yeah.
So you plane shift everybody then?
Yeah, we're gonna plane shift to Erebus.
Perfect. I don't
So
even know if
technically
this is set
speaking,
up
I
right.
believe this tuning fork actually takes us to Blippies. Or like right outside of Blippies.
Blip.
Though I don't think it really matters because if we go to hell, it's gonna send us to the
Look at all these dead people.
fucking visitor center. Oh, it does send us to Blippies.
Yep.
Not, oh, the music. It's back.
Music.
This is wonderful.
My own.
So you guys arrive. There's a few things to note for Donovan. There's a very well-to-do apartment, or a large area, with it looks like some targets in the distance. The place looks like it's been ransacked, and everyone inside of it who was here looks to have been murdered viciously. There's blood everywhere. There's a giant, well, what you guys would, anyone else who was here previously would notice, the giant ogre statue is missing. Other than that, most of the food and drink has been appropriated, and the only thing that's really left is the waitress.
She's just one of those automatons, right?
She's similar to what Celery has in her.
Right. What are the dead creatures?
Drow. But at this point,
Decomposed?
very corpses. Yeah, they're,
Oh, okay. That's just how we left the
yeah,
place.
it smells terrible.
Don's gonna ask,
Just
so
like home.
what happened here, guys?
They
Oh,
went
well,
crazy for no reason. Started attacking us.
This is where I went to space. I was petting a cat, or trying to pet a cat, and then I was in space.
Right, Leland, and little Snips here saved you.
Thanks, Snips.
I'm gonna open this door.
Sure. Just leads into the main bedroom.
This is a mirror?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a full wall mirror, basically.
Oh, that's a TV, isn't it? He just scries on things.
Yeah, he is a little creep like that.
Blippopotamus.
Well,
Should we check out the casino?
Let's go.
okay.
I'm gonna as we walk down the hallway, I'm actually gonna tell Dawn that this is where we freed the Aboleths and the Moon Beasts from.
Why would you do that, though?
Because they were
Being
held
enslaved.
captive.
Okay,
They
but
say-
why?
Well, they saved us from Blippi, so not all bad. Not a pleasant guy. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Look, Blippi
think
was
Dawn-
kind of an asshole.
Don met
Yeah, he
Blippi.
totally deserved it.
Oh wait, sorry. While I'm back here, is there anything in his cabinets?
That is where you got Leland's gun.
The one that he never uses?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
The one that has the inscription "Big Game Only."
That's why we gave it to Leland. He's
Is there
big
any
time.
is there any non mundane jewelry laying around?
Mm-mm. Nope. Most mundane
I mean-
jewelry was on Blippi's person.
That's right.
I don't know if you've looked at him, but
Anything left over that looks expensive?
there's plenty of finery in his clothing. Last you remember, but as you're looking in the cabinet, there is nothing left.
I'll take the finest looking liquor behind the bar.
There's
Are these like metal bugs?
metal bugs,
Mugs.
metal mugs.
Mugs.
They are pewter.
Pewter? Okay. I'm gonna feed a couple of these to Blue Ring.
Oh yeah, Blue Ring begins like you know that Pharaoh putty.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
that.
Eats the magnet.
Yeah, but he does that with a cup. He kind of puts down his two dragon teeth, and then tries to eat the cup. He's just vaguely cup-shaped right now. He's working on it.
To the casino then.
So you're the man to the casino then.
Okay.
Don, they have a fabulous drink here. You have to try it.
So as you guys are proceeding through the rest of Blippi's estate, there's a lot of pedestals where there were once statues, where there aren't statues now.
That was his artillery, wasn't it? He just had a bunch of monsters petrified.
And then when you guys get into the casino proper, a lot of it's on fire. It's very... This doesn't look like a casino anymore. It looks like this place got bad fast.
Looks like once Tassel left, nobody gave a fuck anymore.
I leave hell for 5 minutes.
Is there any non-belligerent looking creatures around to speak to?
I mean, there's plenty of devils.
Ask them what the hell's going on here. Where's the craps tables?
Yeah. Is this like a uncontrolled fire? Like no one's trying to manage it?
It looks like order has been established. It's just not a casino.
It's lawfully on fire?
Yeah.
Hmm.
In fact, on close inspection, a lot of these fires seem to have people in them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Don, fly yourself into that fire.
Why?
Try it. They look like they're having fun. I'll point them out.
No, they don't. They look like Lemures on pikes in fires.
Oh, it really is hell now.
They look like they're having fun.
If you look long enough, you'll see a Lemure try to pull himself up the pike to get off of it, and then he slides back down.
So I think the casino has some new management, Zeta.
But yeah,
I wonder if we can throw a Lemure on a pike in there.
I think
Zeta, can we go there and pike Lemures?
I think that's a decent enough spot.
I'm gonna ask any passing devil around. Just say, hey, what's going on with the burning Lemures?
The burn Lemure. He says it's Moon Day.
Oh, duh. I just totally lost track of the time. You're right. It is Moon Day, isn't it?
What does that explain again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My friend here, he hasn't been around this part of town. Can you
It
tell
sounds to
him
me like
how to get a Lemure to go pike and put in the fire? You know,
It
to
sounds to
celebrate
me like
the
he's just saying it's just another day in hell.
He says, well, the hard part is lifting up the Lemure.
Don't you worry about little old us. You just point him to the Lemures. We'll take care of the rest.
Just follow the fires. Just plenty of. It's not hard to find.
I think what my stupid friend is trying to ask is,
You know what they say: where there's smoke, there's Lemures on fire.
wasn't this casino
Nah,
rather
don't say.
successful in the past? What exactly happened here?
He basically explains that in not so many words that there was a place where people pressed their luck, and now there isn't.
Where's the
Casino
previous
machine broke.
proprietor?
Yeah,
Where's the proprietor of the previous casino?
he says the devil that used to run this place left, and that left a power vacuum, and that power vacuum has now been filled.
No, well, who filled it?
You know, little of this, little of that.
No, I actually don't know.
It's not. It's not a homogeneous ownership yet. This area over here is where Moloch is trying to create proper devils out of these Lemures that are on fire on pikes. He
Oh,
points.
jeez, is that what was gonna happen to me?
He points towards
No,
an
you started as
area.
a high rank.
He points at an area which looks like a glass tube, filled with insects, and there's a face that smashes against the glass eventually, and then gets absorbed back into the insect mash. It's like,
I think you're enjoying this a little too much.
you guys are the one asking.
He's enjoying this too much.
Just saying,
KFC is
The
about
arc-
to piss his pants in excitement.
the Archdevils are pretty well represented here. Fairly equally.
You hear that, Francis?
Yes, Don, come on. Can we go pike a Lemure, please?
Only if you're good, Francis.
He's not good.
Don, shh.
He's evil.
Only if you're lawful, Francis.
Okay, alright, I can do that.
Yeah.
Be cool,
Leland?
Don. Be cool.
Leland, you want to go pike a Lemure?
What?
You want to go pike a Lemure?
No. Why?
Well, you know, it's a learning experience.
We have to learn why.
I'm not good at learning.
You want to go pike a Lemure?
Alright.
No.
Sorry, but before we pike Lemures, we also take shots.
I don't think Moloch likes people taking shots in his establishment.
Oh no, they.
Is that
Yeah,
what that
free.
big gun was for?
Yes.
So,
No.
are you guys gonna do anything in hell?
So, you said Tassel owned this establishment before, Zeta?
Well, that seems to not quite be applicable anymore.
We can ask around and see if anyone or heard of anyone fitting the description of Tassel.
I mean, that's true.
I'd like to.
Which description of Tassel?
I'd like to plus 27 diplomacy to ask around.
Yeah, which description though?
however long it takes.
Yeah, which
The
description?
ones we're familiar with.
I'm gonna cast Greater Scrying on Dima.
You could also ask about Dima. That's less conspicuous. Or inconspicuous, rather.
We are pretty familiar with Dima.
We saved her from Blippi. Don doesn't know who Dima is, though.
You don't get anything off the screen.
It's because it's not a real name.
As much as I
It's
want to
enough
just
is what it is.
attack you off of it.
I know. I was hoping I
Found her.
could bait you in enough.
I want it. I do. But no.
Can't go across planes.
I think Scry can go across planes, right? It's just a chance to fail across planes.
I don't know, something like that.
Something like that. But no, there's other factors at work.
But not death specifically.
If
I
it's
don't
on
think-
another plane, it gets a +5 bonus to will save.
I don't think we're gonna get any information on hell. I don't think anyone here even knows what a tassel is. They knew a Ilsandra, probably exclusively.
Unfortunate. And they're not answering anything about an Elsandra.
Oh yeah, no, they're familiar with Ilsandra. They haven't seen her in.
Where is she?
I mean, she was already.
Where is she?
She already wasn't. Seen
You think we can
often.
find any? So, shot in the dark. You think we might find any clues back at Zaflon's house? Maybe he's got some hideaways listed there or something like that.
It's possible. He
That was
might
an
have even left
NG.
his gun.
Inji is in a sea of
One that was on
undead.
the mantle.
What about it?
He might have left it.
Yeah, but Radis
We
isn't
could-
here, so
We could. Who cares?
yeah,
What
fair
if we-
enough. At the end of the day, though, like I said, he might have some safe houses there. Zeta, you can take us there in a flash, can't you? I mean, Leland and I can cleave our way through undead, no problem.
I mean, I guess if you guys are done with hell,
Yeah, there doesn't
Yeah, it
seem
doesn't look-
to be much here.
Doesn't look like we're gonna get much out of this. Excuse me, evil sir. And he's gonna talk to the devil they were talking to.
Mhm.
My friend here's a big fan. I was wondering if he could get to Pike Lemure for his lord Moloch. You know, Pike Lemure for the road.
It is Moon Day.
Normally Dawn would balk at this, but I mean, it's gonna happen anyway. He can't stop it. He might as well let Francis be happy.
He kind of looks at Francis. Alright, Francis, give me a diplomacy check.
You got it.
I mean, that was for something different, but I can roll it again.
It's for something different. Roll it again.
There you go.
36. What? Give me an argument, Francis. Besides Squiddly D.
I mean,
Squiddly D.
look, I didn't make up the class.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to pike a goddamn Lemure.
He really wants
Just-
to Pike Lemure.
Just sing a song about piking lemures for this, that, or the other.
Tell him that
Yeah.
just tell him that I backdropped the dragon in Moloch's glorious name.
You did do that. We're kind of, I don't know if you know, but we're kind of legends in hell.
The So this ice devil that you're talking to, he says, you know what? It's unorthodox, but I think you can get away with this. So this is on you. and he kind of just treks over to this glass tube and elbows the glass, shattering it.
Whoa.
And all the insects come just pouring out, and what's left
Don
in
is
the
out.
tube, what's left in the
Hold on,
tube
Don.
is a lemure who seems to be coughing up insects. And he just
Amazing.
grabs the lemure, drags him over, and then places a pike firmly in the burning area. And he kind of, you go.
All right. Francis says, "Hold on, I want someone to be here for this." He's gonna summon the Bone Devil. Be like, "I know you like piking things."
The Bone Devil looks at the lemure, and it's like Christmas morning.
Hey, buddy. I'll let you pike this guy. We talk about that true name. We can talk about that later, but
He basically gets to one side of the lemure. The lemure is pleading, just with the saddest look on his face. And he grabs
Don
one
mouths
side.
to it. I'm sorry.
He grabs
Francis is gonna sing prayers as he does all this.
he grabs one side of the lemure and waits for Francis to grab the other side of the lemure.
Oh yeah, he's still singing prayers. Gonna go and grab him.
Yep. And you guys journey into the fire, which the Bone Devil doesn't seem to mind, but hurts you very much.
Ow! Ow!
You guys
quick.
raise him up, and the Bone Devil is not in any hurry. He wants to savor the
Quick,
first. He's wanting to savor just the first. The first impale is always the best part.
All right, gonna cure light wound on myself.
Is it slowly impales, and the squelches and the screams of the lemure, and then finally,
Okay, all right. Hot.
yeah, once the lemure seems like it's firmly not going to be able to get itself off of there due to its own body weight, that's when he lets his hands go like a parent releasing a child learning how to ride a bike, and then exits the fire as the lemure slowly slides down to the bottom of the pike.
Don looks at Zeta and just goes, "What the fuck did we just witness?"
And whereas the other lemures who've already been in the fire for a long time seem very charred and quiet, you can tell they're not dead, but they've been here so long that they're almost used to it now. This one is in pure agony and screaming.
Francis is gonna stand still, and
And the Bone Devil's
Continue.
looking at this. And I assume Francis is looking at this.
mhm.
And the Bone Devil's whip tail kind of curls around Francis's feet.
Holds his hand.
Kind of shares the moment.
Francis will look over, nod, and look back at the fire.
Don pukes.
And scene. This is where we will pick up next time.
It's just
See,
this bone
I
devil,
would have
me,
thought that
this
as
brick wall
soon as,
between us.
I would have thought that as soon as all those bugs were released, Zeta would have grabbed whoever was closest and dipped.
Strongly considering it. But I
But
also
we had to
know
be
that,
there for Francis in this moment.
Yeah, and I also know that if I dip, you guys are literally stranded in hell.
Perfect.
Perfect.
But are you happy, Francis? All your friends got to be there for your first time.
Yeah, that was great. I consider this a win. Why don't we just stay here? There's no undead here. Aside from Leland, but
All right.
That entire description, like you were having way too much fun with this, Leslie.
It's like West Crown Plus. It's like
Just
Celiax
painting a
Plus.
picture of eternal suffering.
I,
It makes me wonder what the fuck Leslie thinks of when he's just like sitting at work.
look, Ryan's the one doing this. You guys,
Yeah, but you painted the picture.
yeah, that's my job as the DM. I had to explain what's happening. If you guys want to go sit in a quiet meadow with a babbling brook, I'll explain that. That's not what you guys want to do. You guys want
So
to
you're in
impale
a room.
Lemire's in hell.
We went to hell and tortured Lemire's.
Yeah, perfect.
Didn't find Tassel. Still had a good time.
Gotta make it
I
worth
see
the
this
trip.
was fucking the Hulk. I see this as an absolute win. All right,
Really
I'm gonna
was.
kill off old Strimo.